In this video, I'll demonstrate how to create a database and a user in MySQL from Python. Now, before we get started, we need to install a few prerequisites so we can access MySQL from Python. So I'm on Ubuntu, so I can install the prerequisites using apt. So I'll do a sudo apt install MySQL server, which I don't have currently installed, python 3-dev because I'm using Python 3, and lib MySQL client-dev. And I'll let these packages install. Now it'll ask me for a password for the root user, and we're going to need this, and I'd like to put something in that's fairly secure, so it'll take me a moment to type it in. Now that those prerequisites have been installed, we can use pip, in our case pip3, to install MySQL or MySQL client. And this will give us access to the libraries that we need. And now it's installed. So we'll clear this terminal window and we'll go to our Python code. Now I can import MySQL DB, which is what I just installed using pip. So MySQL, so it's capital M, my, with a capital SQL and a lowercase db. So I'm going to import this as just db. So I can do something like db.connect. So the first thing I do is connect to the database. So I do con equals db.connect. I specify the host. It's running in the local system. So this is the server name. So it's localhost. The user is root, the one that was just created. And then we have the password. Now, in production or in practice, you shouldn't leave a script like this just lying around. It's a serious security risk to be putting the passwords in directly. So if you need to create a database and users from a Python script, it might be best to create a separate settings file protected on your system where you can read the user password from it and not have it in your Python code as a literal string. But for the sake of this example, I'm going to put it in here like this. In any case, for security's sake, it's important to have a long and varying password like I have here. So once we connect to the database, we create a cursor. So this is something that is used to execute SQL statements on our database. So we have cursor equals con.cursor. And then we can execute some statements. So the first one, cursor.execute, is to create a database. So in a string, we put our SQL. So we do a create database, and the database name I'm creating is EGDB, for example, database.